I have seen some professors from big institutions complain that the new technology, social media, has taken away a lot of learning spaces, and therefore they sometimes find that they are redundant to go to the classroom and teach because the students seem to know already many things from the net and other sources. Well, I don't share this pessimism. I myself am not a very tech savvy person. I wish I can learn as fast as the youngsters learn all the nuances on developments in technology. Unfortunately, for a well developed brain, it becomes more difficult to accommodate new things. But at least I think we have inhibitions as compared to how my grandson or younger children learn. But that's okay. I feel that AI or all of the technological developments are great boons. We should think of using this and creating new learning spaces. For example, if I were to teach all over again organizational behavior or HR in my sessions, I will probably use only half the time what I used to use. And the rest of the time, I would ask the students to search the net, to use AI, use other kind of things, and present their experiences in the classroom. For example, in a course like written analysis and communications, which of course I never taught, but my other colleagues like Srinivas Rao and others used to teach at IIM, I would think it may be a good idea to get a write-up, an article, a critique or anything made by the students and get the same thing done using AI tools, Chatbot and other kind of things, and compare both these and get them to experience the fallacies of AI or the advantages of AI and discuss this in the class and give marks for good comparisons and so on. I think this will be very innovative. I myself have tried some chats with AI support, for example, in LinkedIn, and I found that AI interpreted messages are far inferior to what I have. But that is the state now. But maybe a year from now, when I think the technology learns, you probably will have better things. So you can never say that this is the end of the story. I will also say that learning spaces need not always be at the initiative of the faculty members themselves. Students can do a hell of a lot in terms of creating those kind of learning spaces which the faculty may not always think of. For example, recently a student chapter in Pune wanted to start a National HRD Network chapter. They were inspired by a book Arvind Agarwal and I have written on leaders in the making, where we profiled 30 leaders from across the country, and these are all great leaders, well acknowledged kind of leaders. When the students proposed this, I suggested to them that divide yourself into groups. Each one of you pick up one leader and follow them up, shadow them, go to the internet, go to all sources, collect as much information as possible, create a website and write stories that are not, or details that are not written in our book. So each one of you writing about them. So I think there will be 30 such kind of interesting things and most people will read. Now don't stop with that. For example, you can pick up all the companies you want to visit your institute for placement purposes and pick up leaders from these institutions. Whatever you have learned from this book, you can put it into practice by writing case studies of leaders from these institutions, and that will get you in touch with these organizations. Or many CHROs and other HR managers visit your campus. Catch hold of them and write stories about them. Get in touch with your alumni and get them. Now, what a great learning experience you have if you can keep on adding stories like this, and your own institute maintains a data bank of all leaders. I think soon, in a 5 to 10 year period, you would have covered thousands of leaders and you would have created new benchmarks. That is the way in which a HRD club can function, or National HRD Network student chapter can function. Not only that, I think create spaces for debates, discussions. For example, I'm seeing very interesting comments made by Raghuram Rajan on the manufacturing activity. I have not heard the whole talk, but I think very recently there is a very interesting interview by Barkhadat and others. If you go through this, I think one of the points he is saying, in manufacturing we cannot copy China. We have to be much ahead. And he has given many thoughts. So for students of production, manufacturing, creativity, startups, I think there are so many things. I am a strong believer that technology has created new opportunities for learning, for professors, for students, for institutions, and everyone. I don't think we need to get paralyzed. We should use the technology as an opportunity and start rethinking about the way in which we can organize our curriculum. You must create new learning spaces. It's a great opportunity. The youngsters are very receptive and very involved. So we can't just go by the traditional way of doing things. So all the best from TVRLS and from myself. Wish you great learning from each other and creating great learning spaces. All the best.